one this year to do some really good things in motorcycle racing and start to build their careers. And it's pretty cool as we see all these riders on the grid. Of course, they're all between 10 and 14. They are so young here, but they're also incredibly
on the world stage. Then they'll come round to the grids and get going again. So here is the grids. Macrae on pole, Valera second, Kitzbühel third, Mullen, Van Kolkeren and Stankovic, row 2, Futra, Werity and Merdeka on row 3.
And then rounding us out on the last couple of rows ago, we do have João from Portugal and Harish.
Race 1.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, it's really nice to be here. I've been here yesterday afternoon for quite a bit.
Same layout, obviously just shortens. Here we go then, race 1 for qualifying 1 underway. And it's a great start from the front row for the number 23 of Valeria from Indonesia. So he will go into turns 1 and 2 into the race leads. Everyone around there safe and sound, that's good to see. You can see the tarmac. I think it's all been redone this year, Jack, so it's good to see the putting in the effort. It's, like I say, a complete miniature circuit Ricardo Tormo, as you can probably tell. They've taken out the 2 chicanes that were here last year for safety reasons, so it's now just a straight squirt from the final corner into turn 1. But it's a good start then for the number 16 of Kitzbühel in second place and the leader of the Indonesian rider Valera.
Yeah, just trying to spot where Macrae fell back to. I think it's around 5th or 6th. So not the best start for the pole man, but as you do say then, Valera will lead them across the line for the first lap. So he leads the first lap of 2022 World Series action here in Valencia. Not too sure who that was sliding on the inside. I'll have to catch the number as we come back through. That's one thing that, for you watching along at home, is probably going to be quite hard to tell which rider is which. Oh, there's Somkiat Chancha, of course, doing very well in Moto2 this year. He'll be watching on very keenly indeed, as that looks like one of Malaysian riders just sweeping around the outside up into third there. So certainly plenty of action. Of course, this is a kart track, so the manoeuvres here, they are going to be quite a few. It's always seen close racing around here, but with kart tracks, you never know when they're just going to dive down the inside.
Can I do a perfect segue there and say, good morning, Somkiat. Good morning. How are you feeling? How is your mini GP experience?
Oh, also me, I first time been looking in mini GP in Europe, and I see many riders super fast. Maybe if I riding also I will lose for sure. Because I see many riders quite super fast. Also, today I come to see the India team, and also they improve a lot, and I think they will go another QP.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's great to see you here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to see Somkiat Chancha down here. Of course, not got a Thai World Series, but I'm sure we'll have that at some point in the future. They love the racing over there, don't they? So when we cross the line then, 11 laps to go. Still Valera, the Indonesian rider, out in front, and he's pulled a little bit of a gap now, 0.6 seconds. We haven't got official live timing, so it's getting a little bit difficult to work out who's who and what the gaps are in the commentary box. So I've just got a little thing on my phone, so we're going to try and do the best for you to bring that for you. A reminder, the top 2 in this race, the 14-lap race, will go through to races 1 and 2, where they are able to score World Championship points. João then sets the fast lap of the race at 1:45.6. That's quicker than your race leader. The race leader set up 45.8 last time around, so slightly quicker, but João's down in 10th place, so work to do.
Yeah, definitely work to do, and it does seem as though Kitzbühel in second place has got some work to do now, as everyone behind him seems to have got into a rhythm. They're just starting to bottle up behind him. You see this group goes all the way back to João on the 41, actually looking like he's just going to make a manoeuvre on who that was. I couldn't quite see who that was. That was on the inside, or the outside of him, I do say, as though it does seem as though Stankovic has got through now on Kitzbühel number 16. So the Alpadria representee is up into second place then. Let's see what he can do about the gap at the front, because it is probably awesome, almost a second now as we see one of the Irish representations. I think that was Mullen diving up the inside. It was indeed. So he's on the move too. So plenty of action going on now in this lead group.
Yeah, the chase is on then for the top 2. These guys just battling out here. Number 16 of Kitzbühel there, the Austrian rider, he's down to 3rd now, and there's a bit of a gap bridging to the top 2. Race leader, the Indonesian Valeria, is now sort of pulling away at the front. We'll try and look at the gap across the line. It's up to 1.2 seconds. So this is good stuff from Valera, the race leader. Kitzbühel on the chase in second place, as it's getting a little bit busy now. It's obviously it's a very tight and twisty now, even for these bikes. There's not a lot of time to stretch the legs. That was a bit of a dive bomb, wasn't it? Up at turn 5 there, before the miniature back straight, before we come into the infield section, if you like. There's the top 2, and here's the chase for what would be the podium. There is no podium for this race, as it is a qualifying race. So with pretty much 8 laps to go now, the riders settle into their rhythm. This is the thing with sort of the mini GP bikes, isn't it? We see it in Grand Prix racing as well. If you can sort of break the gap and get into a nice rhythm, these guys had 4 free practice sessions yesterday, as well as qualifying, so they know the track really well now. So if you can get into a good rhythm, it really helps you out, doesn't it?
Yeah, before we just see a little bit of action at the front, because there you see the confirmation that Stankovic is now closing in on the race leader. Before we see a little bit of action at the front, if you are wondering about the bikes, they are a Vale GP0160s, I believe Elliot said before, but they're the exact same as what we used last year. And they're also the same things that even the MotoGP riders use for training. So if you're wondering, is this actually a good foundation for all these young budding riders to build their careers on? Yes, they absolutely are. They are the best things to be able to hone their skills. As we see now, McElrea trying to look up the inside of Mullen, I believe that was. Actually possibly going to lose a place to someone behind. Who was that was just coming up the inside? Can't quite see from the long shot, but we'll confirm as they come across the line. Although McElrea has still managed to stay ahead. So certainly then, this pack just starting to split up a little bit as Mullen actually goes up the inside of, who was that? That was Kitzbühel. So Kitzbühel's fallen back another place then. And Mullen, once again, on the move, climbing up through the order.
So far, it's Indonesia from Alpe Adria, the 2 series that will be going through to join the others in races 1 and 2. The others, if they don't able to finish in the top 2, will have another chance to get into race 2 later on this morning. The winner from qualifying race 2, as we said at the start of the programme, will go through. But it looks like we're going to have a nice little battle for the lead. These 2 riders will know that they're safe in these positions to go through to races 1 and 2. So it doesn't really matter who wins, but obviously, I mean, at any age you really want to win, but at this age you obviously really want to win even more. It's great to see the enthusiasm these guys have got as we have a crash at the final corner for one of the Indian riders.
Number 21, that is Harish. That's a shame for Harish then. So that is the first faller we've had. That's not Harrison Watts, don't worry. No, number 12 diving up. So that's a change for the race lead then.
Stankovic through.
Oh, but he's come back through. Great racing. There's a classic thing of just corners leading into each other and being able to dive back up the inside at the next one. So there you go then. Valera bites back and maintains the lead, but he knows now for sure that he has pressure from behind. Oh, it doesn't maintain the lead. It's actually Stankovic back in the middle. I'm
swapping all the time,
I was getting confused with the colours there on the front of the bike, but it does look as though now he's going to get the drag down into turn 1, but he doesn't. So Stankovic is through into the lead then.
Yeah, Valera thinking about making a move up into turn 1, but thought better of it. These 2 now well clear of the chasing pack. Just trying to have a look on live time and what the gap is. Can't quite see at the minute.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt.
No,
we
go
have
ahead,
the ambassador for one of the riders fighting for the lead, Ricardo Rossi. You said he's a beast.
Yeah.
It's a good race, huh?
Honestly, yeah, it's pretty fun. My rider started 7. He hasn't not have a good start, but after he was really aggressive in the first laps, he catch up. Now he's first, and honestly, the first 2 passes, he could stay there and be calm, but I see him really aggressive, and this is good. I like it. Let's have fun.
This is the thing, the top 2 go through.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to win. Do you think he'll still try?
I saw his face. He wanted a win. He wanted a win, and how he's riding, he wanted a win. He didn't want to have second.
Okay, well, let's see. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks to Ricardo Rossi. He's obviously enjoying himself. You can tell in his voice that he's having a great time. And like we were saying, these young riders, no matter what the situation, they're going to want to beat either their mate or the competitor. When you're that age, you just want to win everything, don't you? And you sort of do anything you can to claim the victory. But maybe he'll think better of it, but I don't think he will. With 3 laps to go, I can see this being a great battle to take the race, qualifying race 1 win. That was close across the line, so that might be interesting on the final lap, and it was close into turn 1. It does look quick, and that's because it is quick. These young stars obviously know what they're doing on these bikes and around this track, and it obviously in person it was phenomenal to see them straight away yesterday just going out on track and just absolutely throwing it in. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. We're definitely seeing a little bit of a difference in performance with the size of these two at the front. You can see Stankovic there on the number 12, just have a little moment there. He definitely looks a bit bigger than Valera, the Indonesian, just behind him. And, well, Stankovic is 2 years older than Valera. Valera only 10, and Stankovic 12. And as Ricardo Rossi rightly pointed out, Stankovic doing a cracking job because he's come up from 6th on the grid to lead this race. But there you go, you see that difference again, just that slight weight advantage that Valera has, just seeing him get a little bit of a better run and top speed on the straight.
4.4 seconds then these two have over the chasing pack as Deniz Oncu watches on. He was down here for a while yesterday, was Deniz Oncu, speaking to the Qatar riders, the Qatar series riders. That's who he is ambassading for. Ambassading, is that a word? I don't think it is. Ambassadoring,
let's talk to Deniz then.
Yeah, go for it,
Hello,
Deniz. Take it away.
We said you're always in Moto E pit lane, and now we see you're also a big fan of MiniGP, as well as the ambassador for the Qatar series. How is it? It's pretty fun to watch these guys going at it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice, because you see the young riders, and I remember my past, no? I was also so small, and one day I was racing like them, and now I grow a bit. I'm not in MotoGP, but at least I'm in the Moto3, no? So nice to see the past.
And what advice have you been giving your riders? What advice have you been giving them? Aggression?
Well, I have two riders here. One is too much nervous, and the other one is too much calm. So I told, okay, a bit nervous is always good, because it means that you have the potential, you can do something. And too much calm, maybe it's not the perfect thing, because the confidence can bring you the mistakes. But anyway, I told them to enjoy the race, 12 laps, they are here for their dream, no? So enjoy the race.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Deniz.
No worries.
Just finishes in time to catch the end of the race. And it is Stankovic from Alpe Adria, who does take victory.
Bikes which only have a few horsepower, so certainly very, very good job indeed. Well done to this man as well, Valera. Very good showing, just a young 10-year-old. Quite incredible how good some of these riders are. Here's a replay then of what will turn out to be some of the race-winning action. So he went up the inside then at turn, what would that be, 5 or 6? I can't remember now.
6, I think.
And then just managed to hold it on the cutback, and here you see coming down to the line, getting that run out. Valera with his lightweight stature can't quite get fine race ball, and there you can see only 63 thousandths across the line in the end. Stankovic, he was celebrating before the line and he almost got caught, but not in the end. Valera takes second from Mullen, Van Kalkeren, Kitzbühler. McElroy, the poleman, slipped down to 6th, but certainly no mean feat there. Then Adi Putra, Finan Werity, and then also Tantra Mahakadi.